Hi everyone, this is Board Games and Bourbon. I'm Glenn Flaherty, and right now I want to tell you about the solo mode for Cosmic Colonies, which is coming out by Floodgate Games. It was designed by Scott Alms, who you know from Tiny Epic and all that stuff, and Tristan Rosen, a really great artist. All of them you can talk to on Facebook and Twitter, all great people to talk to. Now, before I get into the solo game specifically, I do want to give you an overview. The game is 1 to 5 people, about 45 minutes, but faster on the solo mode. It says 13 and up, but I think you can be younger. And to me, it's kind of like an outer space, easier, faster Agricola, with a few swap outs and mechanisms and some scoring inverted. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to get cards. You play 2 per round. There are 8 rounds. When you play a card, you can use it to either get resources or to buy buildings. When you put buildings into your little territory here, depending on what geographical features you cover, you're going to score points. Then you have a card, this is Secret Agenda, that gives you points. And then lastly, every set of 5 buildings that you have covered or put on your thing here is going to score you 15 points as well. Now, in the solo mode, what's going to happen is instead of playing against other people, you play against this board here. And what this board does, and let me put this piece back here, is this acts as the robot. The robot is going to start with 2 resources of every kind. So let's put out 2 more greens here. That way they have 2 greens, 2 blues, 2 purples, 2 yellows. The main board gets replenished with resources equal to the number of players. You can put up to 5 in each unit, but we're considering this a 2-player game, so we put 2. I personally start with 1 of each. And what's going to happen is, in the solo game, you're going to get this deck of cards here. And the deck of cards is shared by you and the robot player. You will either use this card for resources. This says I can take 4. And there is a power. Now, the power may kick in, it may not kick in, depending, okay? If this is used by the robot, they're going to try to do action number 1, which in this case is to try to build this building here, should they have the resources pay for it. And if they can't do that, they're going to do part 2, which is to get 1 of every resource. And every card is a little different. And as I use them, I'll discuss what they are. The art is so cool. Look at that cool art. I love that. Okay. Now, and that's basically it. When you're done with your cards, your 2 cards per round, you essentially in the multiplayer game would swap them out. And that basically happens here. The box this comes in, just to show you really fast, is this box right here. You get player counts that are going to be for basic and easier for the 5 players. You get these big troughs here, some chits that I'm not really going to encounter too much in this game. A little counter for your scoring. The other side is in a 2-player game. It just helps you swap your cards. And then you have different sets of decks here, which I'm not using at the moment. And this one here is the basic deck, and it's basic because it has an initiation number. The lower the number, the person goes first. Tells you how many resources you can choose to collect. And this says here, you may perform both collect and building actions in either order. So that's a really good one, but you go last. But the power kicks in no matter what. When you get into the advanced deck of cards, again, initiation, this says 4 resources. But then there's a day and a night phase, and that's analogous to if I played the card first, I can use this power. If I played it second out of the 2 per round, I can use the bottom power. And that's kind of it. The cards are going to say things like you can do an extra build, or it changes how you collect resources, or maybe it tells you to distribute resources, or maybe it says to throw resources from the board, something along those lines. So the game is 8 rounds. I'm going to put my marker over here on 1. On this player board over here for the robot, I determine how hard I want the robot to be. So the way they're going to score is, when they put down tiles, you're going to multiply the number of tiles by whatever points I choose. I can multiply it by 5, or I can multiply it all the way up to 10. The other thing is, if one of these spots is totally barren, they get negative points. So it might behoove me to try to keep something barren. But that's also hard because you're balancing against trying to get your set for that 15. The 15 bump is really important. Okay, so how do we play the game? All right, so here we go. So I get 2 per color to the robot, 2 per here, 1 per for me. I'm going to choose my special bonus card here for whatever my agenda is. You know, the points are so low, they're just kind of like a kicker. I'm not going to say I really build my plan around these. Okay, but this, I'll just choose this one. So this one has the long stick, and that has the T section. If I build, every time I build this on my board, I get 2 points. Every time I build this, I get 1 point. That's my card for the game. And the costs here are to get this blue L looking thing, it costs 2 blues and 1 yellow currency. To get this S is 2 yellows, 1 purple. The purple kind of looks like a maple leaf. I think that's probably Daryl's influence. This long stick looking thing here is 3 wilds, but 2 have to be the same. The purple square is 2 purples, 1 green. And the T section here is 2 greens and 1 blue. So the currency, you usually need to have 3. So you can have a little bit of flexibility on what's going to go on here. The great thing is when you pull your card for initiative, you go in order, but you do not have to declare what you want the card to do, to build or to collect. So you have room to mitigate your choices there. Okay, so what's going to happen in the solo mode is I'm going to shuffle these up and I'm going to put 4 down. Now, before when I did this, I had a camera over here to film my row of cards, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to hold it up to the screen. I like this camera more. So what I have here is a number 2. Okay, this is the warehouse expert. Now, if I played it for collection, I'd get 2. If I played it for build, okay, it says if I'm building, I can spend 1 purple as any resource. So that gives me a wild. So that might be good as a second action, right? Because right now I don't have enough to really build anything. So I might save that as a second. Plus it'll let me dive in and get what I need. If I have this number 5, it says 5 initiative, land surveyor. I get 3 resources. Again, that'd be wasted right now because there's only 2 per location. And when I pull resources, typically it's only from 1 location, unless a card lets me bend that rule. And it says if I'm using this to build, again, another build one. So maybe I want that to be second. It says build the tile across the outside of the edge. So normally you have to keep your buildings inside your little territory here. So this lets you break that rule. This is number 9. Crew leader, 2 resources. That feels better because that's what I have here. Maybe I'm using that smarter. It says if the robot's worker priority number is higher than this, higher than 9, I got to tell you, every time I play this, it's never higher. I can do both collect and build. But you know what? We'll probably do that because I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay, then I go over here. 4 initiative, 3 resources. Before action, if the robot has more yellow, then you take 1 from the warehouse. Now you'll notice on the bottom of the card, it also has the actions as a robot will do, and I'll show that in a second. So the card I'm going to pick is, I'm going to do this one here, if the robot's priority number is higher. So I'm going to choose that, and then I play a card for the robot. Boom. And it's 11. Wow, I can't believe it actually worked. Mine says, if the robot's worker priority number is higher than this, you may perform both collect and build. So I'm going to try to build something right away. So my goal says having the long ones is 2 points, but it can use anything. That's my most flexible. If I look at my board here, what I'm going to notice is that I have a lot of purple features. If I cover up these purple features, I'm going to get 15 points. If I cover up all the mixed texture, I get 10. If I cover up all the blue sections, only 5. And all the barren spots don't give me anything. So I'm probably going to go for trying to cover the purple spots first. I see right here, there's a big square of purple I can try to cover on this board. I want to do that one. Okay, my card is lower, so mine goes first before theirs. So I want to build this purple. It says I can collect or build in any order. So I'm going to collect these first. Those are going to come to me. And now I'm going to build. So I'm going to spend my 2 purple. They go back in there. And I'm going to spend my green. Boop. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it here. Once I put that down, my next tiles simply have to touch, unless something says that it can be diagonal, but it has to be orthogonal, okay? So that was my turn. So I spent and I built all in one turn, and then they are going to try to collect the purple, of which there are none. So now, because that happened, they can't do this, so they go to their second choice, which is the blue. Again, there's already 8, so they can only take 1 blue to make it 9, and that is the end of that, okay? So that was their first card. Now for the second card, I still don't have enough to actually build something. They have a lot of blue. They might try to build a blue. So maybe I'm just going to try to go over here and get the wild, because that also helps me out. So what I'm going to try to do, I can't build, so I'm going to save anything that references build. The warehouse expert has a build bonus. It says I can use something as a wild. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the wild card right there. And that's my choice. And the computer, the robot, uses a number 10. So again, 2 is lower, so I go first. It says I can spend this as a wild. And what I'm going to do, looking at my board here, Well, I think what I'm going to do is I have a yellow and I have a blue. Well, what can I do? I have to buy this one here. I have a blue, I have a yellow, and I'm going to pretend this purple is one more blue. So I'm going to spend all of this. I'm going to pick this up, and that's great because it denied them because they have all their blues. Where do I want to put it, though? I'm going to put it right here. Now, right here I have 3 purples, and I'm going to lay this just like that. Kaboomsies, right there. Okay, so we're doing good stuff. Their card, however, says they are going to, number 1, they're going to try to build the stick-looking thing, which is all wilds, which they can totally do. So 2 of them have to be the same, and 1 has to be just anything. So I'm going to choose 2 blues to spend, and I'm going to get rid of a purple, because why not? Okay, now what that did was that gave them a 12-point swing. They were at -5, but because I'm putting this there, now they not only did not lose that 5, I'm going to put this multiplier at 7. That's kind of mid-range. So now they actually swung the score by 12 points. I, on the other hand, have nothing. So, they're winning decently. Okay, so now that's the end of the round there. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to move the round marker up. That's the first thing I want to do. My cards that I use become a discard pile, but the cards that the robot used go into my hand. So I'm back to 4 cards, and I'm going to put these over here as a discard. So I know that they're totally discarded. And now I'm going to replenish the supplies here. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put a long stick here. I'm going to put the square here. And now I'm going to refill these with 2. So 2 purples are going to go here. I'm going to put 2 more blues here. And this can hold a maximum of 5. 2 more into the green. So now we have 4. Now, what really happens in this game is I find that the game really opens up in round 2 and 3. And you feel the pressure because the buildings start to disappear when you don't expect. There's a lot of resources, so it changes what you think is apparent. You're like, yeah, I could go for the apparent choice, but there's a lot of resources there. I kind of want to take it, so maybe I'll do that now. What you're going to find around midway through round 8, unless you're totally buried into your own board, you're going to kind of have a concept of who's going to win. So it's timed well. It ends right where it needs to end. Okay. So we did that. And that I am there. Okay. And now we go again. Okay. So I have no resources. So clearly I need to take resources. I am going to play the botanist card. And oh man, look at this. After your action, I may spend 4. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to play the botanist. It's a number 10 from my hand. And this says, initiative 10, I can take 4 resources. And then it says, after your action, whether it's build or collect, you may spend 2 greens to build a tiny little structure that looks like this. It's not normally on the board. It's off to the side, and it comes into play occasionally. So I have just a few over there. There's also a 1 little nugget that I've seen in the game. Came occasionally. So I'm going to play that. All right. So this person pulls, and they have 14. Boom. Good, I get to go again. Okay, so I'm going to play this for 4. I'm going to take all 4 of these. And then after, I'm going to spend 2 to put this on my board. And I want to keep building and blocking the purples. So I'm going to put that right there. There's a little 3 glut of reddish purples there. So I'm going to put that right there because one edge has to stay. And I covered it up. Looking good. Okay, great. That was a feel-good choice right there. And for the robot, it says 14. And then their action is they're going to collect 3 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're at their max. Okay, that's fine with me, man. Okay, and now I got to choose the second card of the round. I have 2 purples. Really not much I can do there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my number 4 card. And this is number 4, so I'm probably going to go first. I'm going to collect 3 resources. I'm probably going to go for blue because it's there. And then it says, before your action, if the robot has more yellow than you, which I do, take 1 from their warehouse. Okay, so that's the warehouse right there. Okay, I'm digging that. I am going to play that for certain. And now the robot's going to go, and they're number 6. Wow, I get to go again first. Excellent. So before your action, I get to take 1. I am going to do that. And then I'm going to take 3 resources, which is I'm going to take the blue. Nice. And their power is, first thing they're going to do is they're going to try to build the T section. 2 greens and a blue, which they do have. So 2 greens and 1 blue out of the game. And they gain this. So again, that's another 12-point swing. So you might think it's intuitive. Oh no, my friends. They get some points fast. This is a great deck. Very easy to use. Okay, so my cards, again, they're going to go over here. At the end, if we run out of cards, they're going to get shuffled in. But these come to me from the robot. Okay, and now we restock the supply here. So we're going to put this one over there. We're going to add some colors. We're going to put 2 blues back in the game. We are going to put 2 of the greens back in the game. We're going to put 2 yellows back in the game. And lastly, we're going to have 2 purples here. So we have a nice, healthy purple supply. Okay, what do I want to do here? Well, I'm still on my goal, and it's going to be round 3, by the way. So we're already, nearing halfway through the game, 1/3 of the way through, so not bad. Okay, what do I want to do here? Well, if I look here, I see 2 red purples over there. I see kind of like a hook here. I might try to get that blue hook again, which I can totally do. I think I'm going to want to build first. Yeah, so I'm going to use my number 5 card to build. It's initiative 5. If I build, it says I may lay it outside the boundary. They're going to turn, and there's 7. Wow, I get to go again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and build. I'm going to spend my 2 blue and my yellow. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to build that sucker right over that. Boom. Good. Of course, none of these buildings are really matching my bonus here, and I still got to get the other buildings to get that 15 at the end of the game. Oh, well. Okay, and then they are going to try to build that. This card, their number 7, the conversion bot, says they would try to build the blue, but I took it. So instead, they're going to get 2 blues and a green. 2 blues and a green from their warehouse. Okay, so that was their turn. My card's going to go away. Okay, and now I choose one more time here. I have 2 greens and a blue, so I could totally try to build that. That would help me get that on the board. That's 3 ways there. So I think I'm going to try to build that as early as I can. I'm going to try to build that one right there, number 6. Okay, and it says here, if I build, you may pay double to steal it from them, which I don't really want to do. They pull, they're at 12. Yes, this is great. Okay, so I'm going to pay my 2 greens and my blue over here. Again, I'm out of resources, but I get to put this on the board. I would really, really love to get it down here. But what I'm going to do is I see 2 of my red purples there. I'm going to hook it so it has that connecting edge right there. I'm going to do that. So not only does that cover up some more, it leaves me some space to get into here. At this point, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds still exposed. Because I have over 5, I get 0 points. But I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Okay, and then for them, it says the first thing they're going to do is try to take 3 blues, which they cannot do. So then they're going to try to take 3 greens, and there's only 1. So there you go. Take it. Okay, and then those cards become mine. And then this goes away again. And now we refresh the board one more time. So they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're at max. They can't get anything. So the board's going to repopulate here. Can I pull off a sweet victory? This is at 4, so it only gets 1 more. This can take 2. This can take 2 over here. And this can take 2 and hit its limit of 5. Okay. All right. And so it begins again. I have these cards here that I can play. I need to get resources. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and play my, I'm going to play my 14. My 14 says here that I can collect 5 resources, and when I do it, I can take it from 2 different locations. So I'm totally going to do that. The robot pulls, they're number 3, so they go first. And what they say here is that they're going to try to build the T section, 2 greens and a blue, which they can. 2 greens and a blue. And that's off the board. But that's okay. It's a second in this stack, but we have a lot of negatives there, and I'm cool with that. My 14 says I can pull 5, and they can be from 2 different locations. So green is gone, so I'm not really going to invest in trying to get green. I'm going to try to get this one because I need it on my board. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And those are my locations. There we go. Okay, my card goes away. And now we choose for the second card in the round. Is this round 4, by the way? Did I? No, I think I'm on round 3. I wasn't paying attention because I'm talking so much. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think 3 plus 1. Okay. I am going to try to build, and I'm going to try to get that. Now, as your action, you must collect from different locations. Before your action, I can exchange. Before your action, I may move. So I'm going to go with number 7 here. I'm going to go with number 7 because it says before my action, you may exchange 2 resources of one type for 2 resources of another type from the supply or from the robot's warehouse. So I could do that to mess up the robot's warehouse. Okay, so I'm going to play that, and the robot's going to pull their card. That's initiative number 7, and they have 13, so I go first. Okay, so I'm going to try to build, but it says before your action, I have basically what I want here, and I'm cool with that. I'm not going to do that. It says you may, so I'm going to skip that possibility. I'm going to build. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to spend my 2 yellows and my purple, and then I'm going to angle it like this to cover up those 2 right there. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 purple showing. So now I have 3 points. Getting on the board. Not feeling too bad here. Okay, then there just says collect 3 greens if possible, and they get 2. So there they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And now that goes into my hand. This goes away. Advance it to round 4, we're going to say. And now we replenish again. Halfway through the game. It moves pretty briskly, I'd say. 2 greens. Sometimes when you're talking so much and you're in the moment, you lose track of where you are. Sometimes I get so excited when I play. Okay, so I replenish the green. I'm going to replenish the purple. 2 to the blue. And I'm going to get 2 to the yellow again, which hits that limit of 5. Okay, so last one I need to get that long stick there, which is a lot of leeway in there because it's basically, you know, all wilds. What I'm going to choose is number 3 because it says here, oh no, I need to get resources, man. What am I thinking? That's a build action. I want collect action. So this says here, if I do number 5, it says as your action, number 11 is my initiative. As your action, you must collect from the resource location with the most resources. If multiple locations are tied, you choose. I'm going to go with that. Hopefully I can get that. I'm totally cool with getting 4. The robot pulls, and they're number 8, so they're going to go first. It says they're going to try to build the number T, which, again, they can. Wow. I mean, they're going to pay the 2 greens and the blue. I mean, they're really loading up on that. That's pretty crazy. Okay, and now it is me. And so I'm going to collect from the biggest location, which is here, and I'm going to take all 5. I'm totally cool with that. I wanted that in my hand, and there it comes. Nice color combo there, too. My card goes away. I guess that can also tell you how many rounds I've played, too, and make sure I'm on the right marker here. So that would have been 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns. And that's the beginning of the 5th, so I'm actually right there. Okay, second turn here. And now I want to build, right? So I'm going to go ahead with my build action here. And this is going to flip. And they have a number 1. So they're going to go first, and they're going to try to build this. Wow, I'm really being saved here. Okay, so they're going to build this. They can spend anything. So what they're going to spend is 2 yellows and 1 purple. And they're going to build this. So that goes there. Okay, they have gone. Now it's my go. I'm going to build, and I am going to try to build this 2 yellows and a maple leaf. And I'm going to take that. You may place the tile diagonally adjacent to another. So instead of like butting up against it, I can do it in a weird way. But I'm going to go over here. I'm going to build it right here because that covers 2 more of the purple red, territories. That leaves me with only 2 of them, and at 2, now I'm up to 9 points. They are at, the robots here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 7, 35. So, you know, but that's okay because I'm getting close to getting the bonus too, which is a bump of 15 points. Okay, so the cards they play go into my hand, and at that point what's going to happen is this is going to shuffle. And we go to round 6, I believe. Okay. Okay. Almost there. I mean, at this point, I replenished the board. I can totally try to get that last one for my bonus. I think I might try to do that. Okay, I'm going to replenish 2 here. I'm going to replenish 2 greens. Boop, boop. 1 blue because I'm at 4, so that's at 5. 1 purple right there. Okay, what am I going to do here? Well, I think I'm going to play my cadet because I want to go first, and I'm going to try to get that, I think. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, dog. Oh, that would be really good to go for that one because then I can zip it over here, catch that little corner, and cover one of those. Okay, and now the robot's going to go, and they pulled a 9. So I go first. No special ability, but I get to go. What do I want to do here? I feel like I have time, and it would be nice to get in that corner. So I'm going to go ahead and build this. I'm going to spend 2 yellow and a purple again. I'm going to take this. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to put that right there in that corner. Looking good there. Okay. And now the robot's going to go, and robot's going to try to build purple, it says. They do not have the resources to do that, so they're going to get these over here, which is 2 yellows and 1 purple. That's their first card. And mine goes out of the game. Next thing I want to do is I want to get resources. Okay, so I'm going to play the Philanthropist again, and what that says is I get 5, and it says before my action, if you have more resources in your warehouse than the robot, I have to give it to them, which I do not, so it doesn't apply. And now the robot goes, and they pull a 3. So they're going to go first. It's going to try to build the T section, which they cannot do, and then they're going to try to build this, which they cannot do. Okay, so they didn't get to do anything. I'm cool with that. And I'm going to go with 5, and I am going to draw this right here. I'm going to take all 5. I'm up to 6 resources. All right, that goes away. These come into my hand. I advance, round 7, and all right, replenish that. Let's replenish the board. 1 right there, 2 right there. See if I can dig in and get those middle ones here. Only 1 green because I'm at 5, but I do put 2 blues up there. Blues clues. Okay, 4 cards here. What am I going to play? I think I should try to get that on the board immediately. It would be cool to get an L again. I can buy that L, cover that up, and I'd get my max points. I actually might try to do that. So I'm going to build fast. I'm going to go with number 3. And then they pulled 4. So I go first. So I can build. And it says here, you may place the tile diagonal again, which I don't really care about. I'm going to spend 2 blue and 1 yellow. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to place it right here. I covered up that last red. So now that I covered up the last red, I'm going to get 15 points right there. I'm totally down with that. And now it says here they're going to try to build that. Their card was number 4. They'll try to build that. They can't. They're going to try to build this. That requires 2 yellow and a purple, which they have. Okay, so that's a heartbreaker. That's another 12-point swing. Painful. Okay, that goes there. Okay, so here we are. We're going to zoom a little bit forward, we're going to say here. Now, with all this here, I put down a red. I just bought a red, and the red is going to be 2 points at the end of the game. I also covered up some of the multi-territory, so that's going to help me get closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe on the next turn, if I can get 1 more, we're going to be there. Okay, so I spent that card. Again, the robot's cards are going to come to me. And then I'm going to take these cards, and they're going to go into the shuffle deck. Last round. Okay, let's replenish here. You'll also notice there's not really engine building in here. It's more like a pressure game. I do like this as a solo, I got to tell you. I'm going to refill, so let's put 2 yellows in here. Green is at max. Nothing to do there. 2 blues. And we can put 2 purples. Okay. I have 4 cards here to choose from. So, what do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3. I have 1 right there. What I might want to do, because I'm going to score at least 1 point for each of these, if I buy this here, that'll cover up 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a few points. I can try to cover that up, and it would help me with some of the scoring the others. It'll cover up not only a blue, leaving with only 3 blue, which would give me 2 points. It would also get me on the board for the multicolor and give me 2 points. So that might be worthwhile. So I'm going to try to get the resources to get this. So to get this, I need 2 greens and a blue, which I have none at the moment. So I need a card that lets me get from different spots if I can. So I don't have anything that really gets me out of that sticky wicket. The expediter says here you may pay double. I don't want to do that. The electrical engineer says if the robot has more, you take something. The logistics says you may move a tile. I don't care about. Collect, it says if there's not enough blue, you can gain it elsewhere. None is really useful. I'm going to go ahead and play. I need 3 resources, and I'm going to save this because I want my initiative to be low when I build. So I'm going to play that right there, number 8, to get the resources. The robot pulls, they're going 11, so I go first. Okay, so I'm going to get what I need here, which is to say, if there's not enough blue, gain it from the supply or the robot's warehouse instead. But there is enough blue, right? So, I mean, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to take these 3 from here, and I'm going to take it from them. Boom. So, take that. And now the robot's going to go, and they basically just get 3 purple is what it says. So they get 3 purple. That's fine. Okay. My card goes away. And the second card, I definitely want to build. Oh, no. I still got to get resources. What am I thinking here? Oh, no. I'm stuck. I can't even, shoot. What am I going to do? I have nothing I can do. I can't even build, even if I do something. I get resources. All I can do at this point is, hate draft. I'll just go low and try to block, I guess is what I'm going to do. And the robot's going to pull. See, this is what I mean. Sometimes you're going to get stuck with turns you can't do anything. And they're number 7. So I go first. It says here, the electrical engineer, if the robot has more electricity, then you take 1 from their warehouse, which I do. So I'm going to take that. And I can't. Oh, but you know what? Because it says take, that would open it up for me. So you know what I'm going to do? Instead of taking resources, it says before the action I can build. That lets me take, I will use it to build because I have the blues and I have the yellow. You see, that's the mitigation that I like. You don't have to commit. The initiation commits to win, but the power of the card, you decide later. So with that, I'm going to spend it and I'm going to build. So I'm going to spend 2 blues. I'm going to spend 1 yellow. I'm going to take this tile here. And I am going to try to cover up maximum stuff. I'm going to go right there. Boom. And I'm going to build it just like that. That covers up 2 multis and 1 blue for me. And it has Sharon's hair on it, which is always nice. Thank you, cat. And then they are going to go and they are going to try to build that piece. But I blocked it. So they get resources. So they're going to take 2 blue, of which there's none, and 1 green. Nice. Okay. So now that's the end of the game. And we're going to try to calculate the score. So let's get a little calculator program up here. And we're going to open this up. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to turn this on nice and bright so everyone can see the math. Okay, so what we're going to do is try to figure out our score. So as far as the reds, okay, I have no reds showing. So I get 15 points. Dig it. For the multicolored, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 multicoloreds showing. So I get +2. All right. For the blue, I have 1, 2, 3 blues showing, so I get 2 points, +2. That's fine. You get no points for that. Now you're going to get, for every set of 5 buildings, you're going to get 15 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks like, so I get 15. And then I do not have another set of 15. Well, and now we look at my bonus card over here. It says for every one of those I have, I get 2 points, so +2. Okay. And then for every one of those buildings, I get 1 point. Looks like I have 1. So I'm at 37 points. I am cool with that. We look over here at the robot. Okay, so 37 for me. Back it up. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. 6 times 7. That's looking like a lot, but we have minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. So minus 15. 27 points. That means I won. I won the game solo. Anyway, so that is how you play Cosmic Colonies. It's a fun little jaunt there. I do like it. So if you have questions about the gameplay, please let me know. I'll try to help you out. And I'll have a review of the game, the different counts, as soon as I can get through all those counts. But for solo, there you go, folks. Thank you so much. Be well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.